Hello everyone, welcome to the session. In this session, we are going to discuss about few important terms related to payment system. First is card holder. The card holder is a consumer who has been given a card by the bank. Merchant, person who is selling the item. Payment gateway, it is the important frontline component in the payment processing. Merchant talks to payment system through payment gateway only. The merchant integrates with payment gateway and sends the payment details to it, and the payment gateway sends the details to payment processor to complete the payment transaction. Payment gateway also provides feature like fraud check. It holds all records of transactions. We can also set a few rules which are executed before details is sent to the payment processor. Example of payment gateways are CyberSource, Stripe, PayPal. Payment processor. After getting request from payment gateway, payment processor routes the request to the corresponding card network like Visa, MasterCard. So this is the main function of payment processor. Sometimes it is also known as payment service provider or acquirer. It might possible acquiring bank and payment processor are same identity. Means there are many banks which also work as a payment processor. If acquiring bank does not have the payment processor, then merchant choose the third party payment processor. Example of payment processors are PayPal, Square, Stripe, CC Avenue, PayU, Razorpay. Acquiring bank. This is the bank where merchant account is maintained. It is also known as merchant bank or acquirer. In this bank, merchant receives the payment related to sold items. Before choosing the bank, always we should check which all credit cards are supported by the bank. Some banks, as I already mentioned in the payment processor, some acquiring banks are also having inbuilt payment processor. Example of acquiring banks are Wells Fargo, HSBC, JP Morgan, Bank of America. Card network. It is a system which talk to acquiring bank and issuing bank to complete the payment. It is also known as card association or card scheme or card brand. Card network also offer service like token which is used during payment tokenization. It is also having directory server which is used during 3DS authentication. The example of card networks are Visa, American Express, MasterCard, Discover, Dynascrub, China Union Pay. Issuing bank. The bank which issues the credit card to the customer. This bank participates in authorization and settlement of the payment. It also helps in 3DS authentication through own access control server. Here I have attached one screenshot which is showing how the terms which we have discussed in previous slides are connected to each other. So it is just for the rough idea. In future videos, we will discuss this in more details. So at the left side, we have cardholder. Cardholder is entering the details of the credit card on the e-commerce website, which we can call it merchant component. Merchant is sending the payment details to the payment gateway. Payment gateway would forward the details to the payment processor. Payments processor will route the request to the corresponding card network, whether it's Visa or MasterCard or any other card network. Then network will send the details to the issuing bank for the authorization purpose or authentication purpose. Based on the response from issuing bank, card network forward the response to the payment processor, payment gateway, and then payment gateway would finally send the response to the merchant. In case of settlement, Card network get the amount from issuing bank in the settlement account, and then card network would transfer that amount to the acquiring bank where the merchant account is maintained. And finally, merchant get the payment in their account. Payment processor also talk to acquiring bank for the reporting purpose. So this is the rough idea how those terms are connected to each other. That's all for this session. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.